I want you to look at this, y'all. And this is a hell of a find right here. Definitely a bucket lister.
In the heart of the American South, history grows from the roots of tobacco fields and cotton plantations. From colonial ambition to a land shaped by revolution. Southern patriots fought fiercely in the War for Independence. In 1812, Southern ports became battlegrounds as war returned to the American shores. But it was the Civil War that scorched the soul of the South. From Charleston's first cannon blast to the burning of Atlanta to the surrender at Appomattox. The South remembers not just the battles, but the legacy they left behind.
Hey, welcome back to Dixieland History. So earlier this year, I posted a shorts video on a 2.6-inch Hotchkiss round that I had found while metal detecting in Virginia at DIV 59. After having the round disarmed and months of electrolysis, it's finally ready for display. And I'll show that at the end of the video, so keep an eye out for that. Also, I'll talk a little bit about the history of the Union's light artillery rifle that fired this round. So stay tuned for that as well. And if this is your first time watching Dixieland History, feel free to subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Even if it's not your first time, and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and, let's do what we can to help support the channel. So we'll see you at the end of the video with the final product of this round, so that you can see how it came out and what it looks like today and what it'll look like in the display cabinet. So we'll see you at the end of the video. I want you to look at this, y'all. And this is a hell of a find right here. Definitely a bucket lister. And this is all thanks to Cliff Condra from Reaching History. He did tell me what settings he uses here on his dais. And so today is the first day of 3 that I tried using his settings, and it absolutely worked perfectly. Here at DIV 59, and this battlefield here was a artillery battlefield. A lot of artillery shells from both sides firing at one another. There are some other stuff such as buttons and bullets that people have been finding as the North, the Union, was running away after they realized they were outmatched by the Confederacy. But digging in this hole, had a good signal, and got down way down here in it. And there it is. A Hotchkiss round, fully intact, still has the sabot ring on it. That right there is what I came for. That is one big bucket lister right there. I definitely will be enjoying this one once it's cleaned up and put it on my shelf. Let's see if we can find us some more. The rifle that fired this Hotchkiss round was called a wired rifle. It was a semi-steel light artillery piece invented by Norman Wired. About 60 of them were manufactured between 1861 and 1862 at O'Donnell's Foundry in New York City. Out of those 60, 40 of them were 6-pounders and 20 of them were 12-pounders. And although apparently excellent weapons, they do not seem to have been very popular. Wire described 2 calibers, a 6-pounder rifle with a 2.6-inch bore and a 12-pounder smooth bore with a 3.67-inch bore. The 6-pounder's tube was 53 inches long, weighed 725 pounds, and had an effective range at 35 degrees of 7,000 yards, with a standard powder charge of 0.75 pounds and 6-pound Hotchkiss bolts. The wired rifle was cast in a puddle of wrought iron, otherwise known as semi-steel, and was mounted in a special wired field carriage that was unique in its design. That carriage was actually created and made by Norman Wired strictly for the wired rifles, both the 6-pounder and the 12-pounder variety. And it took a team of 6 horses in order to move this equipment from location to location. The rim base was spaced farther apart than any diameter of the tube, permitting unrestricted rotation on the trunnions without interference from the undercarriage. Wired altered the shape of the carriage's cheeks, relocated the axle, and provided a long elevating screw. This made firing at elevation of up to 35 degrees possible. It also meant that one carriage could slide beneath the next, allowing for more efficient storage and transportation. Other innovations included a flat trail plate with a metal keel preventing the rifle digging itself into the ground upon recoil, and a better system for braking the carriage without damaging the iron tires. Well, there it is, the final results on it. After months and months of electrolysis, having it disarmed, and just, cleaning it the best that I could to get it ready for display. But very proud of the way it came out. Very happy to have it. Just an awesome relic, awesome piece of history. And knowing that there were only 60 of these rifles that were made throughout 4 years of fighting for the Union to be able to use as a light artillery. And again, even though they were made for the Union, if they were brought to a battle and the Confederacy won that battle, they're going to confiscate every piece of equipment that they possibly can to then use for themselves. So, the Confederacy also fired these, but they were not meant for the Confederacy. This particular round was not fired by the Confederacy. It was fired by the Union at the Confederacy. So I do know that for a fact. So. Yeah, it's there it is. Glad it came out the way that it did, and I can't wait for people to see it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Look forward to making another one and coming back to you guys again. And again, if you could subscribe, hopefully you like everything that you learned here and want to come back and learn some more. Until then, I appreciate all your support for Dixieland history, and we'll see you on the next video.